Hey, good morning, folks. AJ here. We are packed up and ready to head over to Bethlehem Baptist Church to get started with their installation. And I'm excited because obviously my garage is now cleared out so that I have space. But we got another amount of stuff that's going to be coming in here in the next couple of days for another install. So business is good. But anyway, we got the car packed to the brim with their stuff. Mainly today is going to be, dropping off everything and starting setting up the sound system and the stuff that I currently have. And then, because I don't have enough space for my ladder, and my tall ladder is still in North Carolina because they didn't have heat Sunday. So that's why they canceled everything. So probably this coming Sunday, I'll go down there, finish up everything with that. And if you didn't know, that's install 2 of 50. Yes, we haven't finished number 1 yet because the snow kind of messed us up, but we're going to start with number 2. This one is about 3 streets over from where I'm at, so it's going to be interesting. Going to squeeze in, got to pick up the TVs, which is right around the corner from them. So I'm going to just rent like a U-Haul and pick the TVs up and bring them there. Probably do that tomorrow or Wednesday, or might even wait till Thursday for that. Get all the infrastructure in place. Most likely, I'm thinking, just because of the weather and everything like that, going to focus on everything inside, and then we're doing security cameras. So I'll probably wait to the last possible moment for the security cameras because we can always add that. But anyway, I got enough. We got packed it up. We started, got some letters for the conference that we're going to be sending out. I need to get some more stamps for that. But anyway, I'm loading up everything and let's head over. Folks, we are here. We got everything in, and we're going to focus on the main thing is, let me actually just tell you what we're doing. So first, we're going to put a mount here for the TVs. I haven't picked the TVs up. We're going to probably pick those up on Wednesday. We're going to put 75 here, 2 75s flanking across in the front. We have 2 10-inch speakers that are going to be for pulpit. We're going to be relocating these speakers and move them to the back. The internet is in the pastor's office. We got to run a cable up and over. That's going to go here in the media booth. The other thing is Pastor Coleman needs me to measure off this so they can get a work area for the computer and everything back here. I got to get him to unlock that. This is going to go down, and we're going to put a 50-inch TV right here with the unified display cast, which I'm going to redo that video so y'all see what's going on. So that's going to be digital signage. Run new cables, put an access point over here for internet. Run a new cable here for this TV in here. And we're going to be running a cable into the pastor's office for the television. So let me get Pastor Coleman to unlock here, because what we're going to do is finish taking you through what's going to go on in there. Most likely we're going to concentrate everything inside right now, and then as long as we get everything up so that they can use stuff on Sunday, whatever we have left, we're concentrating on the cameras outside. We're putting 4 security cameras outside. So that camera already has cables going to the TV over there, so we just have to chase that and follow the path. Looks like they probably went up through the wall, and we got an access right there and another access right there, so we can get up there and see how everything is. So looking at probably putting a countertop here that will cover this entire area. Computer's going to sit on the floor. We got the monitors are going to be mounted to the wall. So that should be pure workspace, and probably, like I said, run a countertop all the way across here. All of this is going to go away. I have a smaller rack that's actually going to be here today, so that rack is going to sit up in here, and that looks like almost the same type of sound system that we replaced, but that looks like that's the old one. But we're going to put a rack mount in here so that the amp or anything that's powering everything will sit up in here on a rack, and then clean up a lot of stuff, and we go from there. And the new soundboard is going to go here. So these are already labeled. We're going to pull this apart. This television, they said, doesn't work, so we're going to pull this down. And then inside this closet, this is what is going to be repurposed. This is where the networking rack is going to go for the Unify stuff. We're going to run cables up in the ceiling here, make a hole here so that can go. So let's go ahead and start getting everything out of the way so we can start bringing some new stuff in. We got everything cleaned up out of here. Gonna disassemble this. I need to bring the chair back in here because the thought is that I want a workspace that's gonna sit here and then mount the monitors right here. So most likely the monitors are gonna sit right in here. Might even just repurpose the wood in here so I can screw into that. So I'm gonna take this rack down, this shelf down, take this one down, and then start bringing in some of the, at least start, put the monitor mount on there. Get a chair here to get an ideal height of where I want to place this mount here. So this is got a dual monitor mount so that it can be adjustable from in here. So if I'm sitting here, we're gonna do the counter right here. So literally, if I put it right under here, I'll use this and screw into that. Worst case, I'll move it down. I would have taken this down, but a couple of these have nails in here. So I'll see. Because if this is the work area, I want to be able to slide up under here. That's the right height. We'll just put something here and go all the way across. And then thinking enough space for people to be here. This will be like in the corner for the computer monitor, the ATEM, multi-view will be right here. Computer keyboard, mouse, joystick, in the ATEM, or I might get an undershelf because I actually need to get another one of those. I put an undershelf under here so that I can slide out so I have the whole work area and there'll be nothing but the ATEM. So I think I actually will do that. I actually put it a little bit further over than I wanted to because I have 27-inch monitors. So the fact I pulled this and I can pull this down some more, that should be pretty good. So let's go ahead and put the monitors on here, make sure the spacing is right so we don't have to move that, and then we go to the next thing. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and measure off this, and then I have a long power strip surge protector that I'm actually gonna mount to the wall, so it'll be more than enough plugs to plug everything in. But let's measure this off and then see how far out we need to go for some desk space so I can give that to Pastor Coleman. making very good time here. So now I am going to focus my attention on this rack. I'm actually going to put a pass-through plate here, and then that way we can pass internet connection through here. And I got to figure out how we're going to run the connection over here. I might just run it. I was going to say run it through the floor, but as much as I don't want to, I'll probably make it clean, run it around here, wrap it around the door, and to get it on this side. And now that I think about it, I want the computer closer inside. So I'll probably run it in here and run it across here. And we got to run 2 lines because that's going to be for the... No, I'm trying to think. Because I think the other rack mount that I'm going to put under here, I'll put no, I can't do that because the PoE switch is going to be here. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, because I want the switch to be able to turn everything on, so the ATEM and everything would be plugged into that. Or the ATEM, I'm going to have an on and off switch on the plug so that can turn off. And when somebody switches over here, they'll switch on. That will turn on the sound system as well as the cameras, because anytime the sound system is on, the camera should be on as well too. So probably put the PoE switch over here. And it's possible that I may have to get another amp, because that is the mixer and amp built together. I might get another amp similar to what I recently got for Oxford, because I was actually a 2000 watt for that, for at least for the speakers that are going to be relocated in the front. The other ones I got are powered, so I don't have to worry about that. But let's go ahead and put the rack in here. I don't need to put it that high. Let's find where we can screw this into. If not, we'll put it low enough and use this ledge, or actually probably put it in the corner here so we can use the ledge to support it. But let's see. Now that's something. Yep, that's wood. So yay, we can relocate and go into that instead. I really wish they would provide longer bolts for this, but I think we should be good. So I probably will do some longer bolts. I think I got some. I just want to make sure that we are good to go before I get too comfortable with that. Alrighty, that's there. So now, because then I can put a pass through right here that'll run my cables through for 2 cables over 3 cables, because it's no, actually it'll be more than that. Because I guess I could repurpose the hole that they already have right now to run all the cables and then run the Ethernet back in. But I mean, I'm right over there, so I'm probably gonna run the cables for the PTZs and everything into here, because the shelf will exist in here. And now I got to rethink how I did everything, because originally I was going to put everything in here, but if we're going to put this in here, the HDMI splitter will be here, the PoE switch will be here, so that switch will turn everything on, unless I want it to be, I separate it to where this is the sound, somebody will come in here and switch this on. But now that I think about it, there's no outlet in here, so we're going to have to pass this through so I can get to the outlet right there for everything in here. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a hole here so we can pass everything through, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so my plan of putting a hole in here is not going to work because my car was packed up and I put my drywall saw in my bigger tool bag that I couldn't fit inside the car because I was doing some stuff at Antioch yesterday, but not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the networking equipment in here, the UDM Pro, the shelves, the switches, and all that other stuff inside of here. Alright, so we got rack mounted on here. So the plan is, even though I have this as a PoE switch, I completely forgot that they want to add some more unified like spotlights in the back. So we're going to use the Ultra. I have that with a 60 watt power supply. So just say we have camera 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can just do camera 1, 2, 3, 4. Then access point 1 and 2. And then we have 2 feeds that I'll turn off PoE to this, and then that will, one of these will run to the PTZ. This PoE switch is going to live here. The other one is going to run up over here. That's going to be for the computer. That's always going to stay on. We're going to run another jack from here, from the PoE switch that's going to the PTZ. That's going to run over to the PTZ controller, as well as a connection over to the ATEM. So that way when this turns on, it turns the cameras on and it turns the joystick on and it gives access to the ATEM. I want it to be that there's one switch here that turns everything on. And again, the downside of this is being able to have to turn on the ATEM, but I'll get one of those kind of switches that Monty had talked about in a video a while ago, that will turn on the ATEM. That'll be a switch to turn that on there. So that's what we got. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have to put another, no, I was getting ready to say I need to put a surge protector here, but since I moved everything will plug into this. This will stay on, which will power all of this and be a surge for that. And then I need to order another one of these, which I do have another one coming in. I think I actually ordered 2 for Mount Tabor. So another one is going to live here for that, which comes with the rack, which I did order now that I think about it. And then I think we should be good. So I'm going to run a cable from the pastor's office to the internet up here to get this on, get the computer hooked up so I can configure everything, find out what the IP address is, all that other fun stuff. I'm going to run a pass-through because this has a connection on the back. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be for the internet in, that's going to loop into here. This one will come out here, pass through, go into this. Then we'll run another one into here. That will go through, go down here. One more, and then all the other cables will terminate here for the cameras and everything here. So and then if we need to, then I'll take this out and then put a 24 port PoE switch if they want to add on, but that's more than enough. And because also I was going to do a 16 port, but they're out of stock, and this gives more than enough connections to what we need because we actually got other switches here as well too. Alrighty, so got everything powered up. I just have this looped here on the floor for right now. We have our cable ran back to the office, have it connected. I need to connect that. I need to make a jumper cable to go from here into the back. We'll do that real quick. Alright, we got an internet connection. Everything on here is set up. I'm gonna get an access point, but we do have internet, and the IP address that's coming from the router is 10.1.10. So we have everything set up here as 192.168.1.1. So we don't have to do nothing else. So that's good. So now what I am going to focus on, outside of getting an access point hooked up, we're going to now focus on bringing the board back here and doing that. And then when we come back tomorrow, we'll do this, because I ended up getting a call. I'm gonna have to make an emergency run to Lynchburg because my mom didn't have power, and not wanting to call me, I guess because she thinks she's bothering me. She got some other people to try and jumpstart her internet, which you really don't need to do that because it should come right back on. So I think somebody messed up something. So I'm gonna have to drive to Lynchburg, get her back up and running, and then come back and continue some work. But we want to see how much we can get done. I can actually hang the access point. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hook up the access point in the back and just set it on there for right now, and then focus on the sound board and the mixer. And then I'm going to have to order another amp, most likely, to get all that working. I mean, I could actually just, because they said there's only 2 separate amps. So what I'm probably going to do is order another one, then just build that change, since that's something new, and then we get them up and running. All right, so might not need to do some extensions, but I'm going to try and plug these in exactly how they had them. Not that it really matters, but makes it easy if they're already used to stuff being in a certain position. Then we ain't got to go re-label everything. And I'm assuming that's number 1. Scoot this over some more. So that's all of those connections. They did have some wireless mics, so we'll go ahead and they're right there. We will hook those back up, and I'm going to hook up the XLR over Ethernet, so that way I can hook up the new 10-inch speakers that I have in the front, and I'm gonna need an amp for that, which I'm gonna order here in a little bit. And it looks like the switch that I installed, actually I didn't order 2 of them, so I'm gonna need to order that, but it's not even gonna be here till Thursday. So thankfully the pastor gave me a key so I can get back over here to make sure that's done for them. The other rack that's going to sit in here is going to be here Thursday as well too. So let's see. And I really need to run this cable through because that's strained. Let me put this on this chair. Give me a little more height on that. It's not too strained for me. And of course, this is all temporary, and I do have the access point hooked up right there. I don't know if you can see it. I got that there. Because what we could do is just to verify. We go here and let's look at the Wi-Fi. And there we go. There are Wi-Fi's that we have set up. Very strong signal, duh, because I'm right beside it. But let me connect to this real quick. And let's do a speed test and let's see what they got. Alright, so I must have did something wrong when I set it up because it's asking me to sign on for the Wi-Fi, which is, I mean, I got the right password, but it's asking me to sign on. So I'm going to have to hook my computer up or hook their computer up to finish that, but not that big of a deal. We'll come back with that. So the main thing now is we're going to hook up this, and we've used this before for us to get some sound to the speakers in the front. We have a shielded Cat 6 cable that's right there on the floor. That's what we're going to connect. So we're going to run the outs from here. So these are going to be our auxes out, and that's what's going to go to there. And I'm just going to run it this way because I'll make it easier. Let me get the right cable for that. These are ones I had left over from a project that we didn't use. So for right now, we'll just do, actually I should only need to use one because both of those speakers are going to do the same thing. They're going to output the same thing. So let's connect that to number one. Extend this out a little bit so we can have this hanging out of the window here. Make it just a little bit easier for us. And we'll unbox the speakers up there and see if we can get something. I still got to hook up the wireless as well too. Hook those back up so we can actually get some sound. Alright, we got everything hooked up. I need a 1/4 inch to male XLR connection. I had the opposite. Yeah, I had the opposite, so that's not going to work for that. But I just hooked it up to the main for right now. And we're going to bring that up. And we should be getting something if we get something on the one of the mics and figure out whatever one of these wired ones are. So I have it connected to here. I actually hear something. And I have no idea which one is which. So let's look at the old board and see which one of these needed phantom power. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because this board, everything, it sends phantom power over everything, which is only one downside I don't like. Yep, and that's something. So we got sound, so let's try that again. And that was definitely coming from my speakers because nothing else is hooked up. Yeah, so. All right, so that's the, woo, We gotta definitely turn that down. So that's the pulpit. And we gotta turn that down. Have no idea what that's connecting to. Because we have 4 jacks, but I have no idea where the jacks are connected to. And I don't know if one of these is the keyboard. It probably isn't, because the keyboard here has an amp. And honestly, probably want to hook this up, and that looks like that's for a bass player. Probably do away with the amp and have them going into the house. So I have no idea where the other... Oh, now it's working. That's strange. So test one. Oh, this is... Oh, they have it going directly into the keyboard. Oh, yeah, we definitely got to change that. So I have no idea where this connection is going to be, because there's 4 jacks around here somewhere. But we're definitely going to make sure that all the system and all the instruments are actually going into the sound system. So the jack is not there. And that's going down. It's probably up under the podium, but we'll come back. I mean, we got sound, so that's a good thing. Probably gonna put that on a surge protector so that can be turned off easily. So yay, we got sound there. And I'm trying to make sure I clean up behind myself so I don't have a lot to do in cleanup. So we got these speakers out of the way. And the fact I gotta go to Lynchburg, that's a 2-hour drive. I wanna get out of here and get back so that I'm still got some daylight coming back here. So that kind of knocked my plans out of whack a little bit. But we gotta make sure mom's stuff is straight. So that's good. I gotta figure out what's going on with the interwebs, on why that is giving me a login for that. But technically, and the other thing is, here on the app, it's not showing up either. So I don't know, something's going on with the internet, so I'm gonna actually need a computer hooked up so we can go through all of that. But I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to find the placements for the TV mount. No, I was gonna do that. Well, actually I can. Again, out here, we're gonna put a 50-inch, and I wanna be careful, respecting their stuff. Oh! So we're gonna put a 50-inch here because the outlet is here. Might use a pass-through so we can have the electrical be right behind the TV. And we gotta run, I keep forgetting about running the display cast back here as well too. So a stud right there, right in line with the outlet. And then one right here. So let's go ahead and put the mount for the TV right here, and then I'll call it a day after that. All right, we made some good progress today. Probably would have gone longer if it wasn't for the fact I got a 4-hour round trip to take care of some stuff at my mom's house. I mean, again, I don't want to abuse the trust, but the fact that Pastor Coleman gave me the key, I could come right back when I get back from Lynchburg. Because, I mean, I'm only 9 miles away from home, so we'll see. But again, we got sound. We got to put the cables in their final positions, put the 2 mounts up for the TV in the front and in the back, change out Pastor Coleman's mount so that it can actually adjust the TV in the back, run the cables to each location, reposition the speakers in the front, go in the ceiling, move those cables. Now, I'll be honest, I got to go on the ceiling anyway. I keep thinking I can go in the crawl space, but I got to move the cables anyway. Got to take down the old camera, move the cameras in place. So again, we got a lot of work, but we got time. So let me pack my stuff up, get up out of the way, and then get on the road, fix something at my mom's house, and then head on back, and then we rinse and repeat and do the same thing tomorrow. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, or this afternoon, whichever one comes first.